All right. Come on, Bruno. All right. This little guy is Bruno. He's a 7-year-old schnauzer. There you go. And he, as far as I know, has never done any clicker training. So this is going to be kind of a new thing. I normally wouldn't start him off with this. I would be, since he does jump a lot, I would be starting with doing the good puppy routine with him. And but for the video, here. Good boy. Yeah. We will do it this way. And I think he'll be okay. He will figure it out. He's a very highly food motivated doggy. And see how he broke off and then he came right back to it? And I could have clicked. Good. There he looked at. Here, take it. Good. Take it. Boy. Maybe you have had some practice with this before. Good. There you go, get it. He was looking at me. You can't tell from his eyebrows, but he was looking. There you go. Oh, goodness. Yeah, take it. I know, you're doing good. Take it. Good. And he's giving me really good eye contact there, so that's why I clicked him, even though he hadn't moved back. Good, good. Take it. I'm going to switch foods here. See how I went back to that? You better watch that. And it's better to miss a click than it is to click at the wrong time. He's going over that clicker hand, and the one's getting him food. Yeah, it was good eye contact. Here, take it. Good. Boy, good eye contact. And if you've got a dog that's got hair in its eyes, if you take it to the groomers, some of them will fuss because if you want them to cut off the eyebrows, like him with his eyebrows there, you can't hardly see the eyes the way some of the groomers do their eyebrows. So the groomers will get really upset if you ask them to do a cut other than the standard, whatever the breed is. But I figure that that if your dog, and if you're not showing your dog in confirmation, then who cares what kind of haircut it has? If it isn't a typical schnauzer cut, or it's not a typical sheepdog cut or anything like that, if it works for you, then they should not be giving you any hassle about it. It's safe for the dog. It enhances their training. Good boy. Take it. And so they have really no business telling you that they're not, that it's not a right cut and they don't want to do it. Oh, good. And he didn't move back. He didn't move back, but really good eye contact and definitely broke his concentration on that. And wait just a little bit longer. And that waiting gets him frustrated a little bit, so he's looking looking at me more intently. So he wasn't looking at me, but he got a tiny little bit back. There, take it. Good. Hey, no, you're doing very well. So he's probably going to go back and shoot my hand again. Good. He moved away from it, so that's just fine. And he has had some training before. It's fairly obvious that he has. And he can walk nicely on a leash. But apparently he was not house trained, and so he got put out in the backyard for a while. And so I want him to get that movement away from it. I don't care right now if it's forward or backward. I mean, if it's backward or sideways. It's just movement away rather than just stopping and staring. And even though he wasn't looking at me, he moved away from it, so that's fine. If he were a younger dog, I might have a little different criteria, but he's a 7-year-old dog. He's had some sort of training before, so there's a lot to work with there. And like I said, it's not a perfectly linear when you're working on different things. If you wanted to be all scientific and technical about it and things like that, you would work on one step at a time. But the dog just first. So I move back just a little bit. He may jump up on me or something like that. So again, it's movement away. Here, Bruno, take it. And depending on the dog, the terriers can be a little more stubborn. So it may take them, they may insist that they're doing it right and they're staring at you and doing what they think, take it, they're supposed to do, and you just may have to wait a little while. So he moved back, so that's good. Sometimes if you've got a dog also that's had classical correction-based training, and they learned that they should not do anything, they should not offer behaviors, it can be really, really hard to get them to offer behavior. So that's when you would click for just about any little thing. And I'm not staring directly at his eyes because that would encourage him to stare more and to stare harder. Where are you going, Bruno? But I'm looking right back. Here we go. There you go. Good boy. So he's getting a little frustrated here. But I'm staring just a little bit behind his head. Probably going to go back to my hand. He might jump on me. He's fussing a little bit, trying to figure out what's going on. And this is a little longer than I would normally do. Hi, Bruno. He's staring at me and leaving it really, really well. Atta boy. There we go. Take it. Boy. All right, there you go. Good boy. All right. And you can't see it on the camera, but he's really working those eyes. He's kind of tipping the head a little bit and looking up and really staring hard at me, very much like well, my cockapoo does. He'll dip his head way down and stare at me from under those brows, like, yeah, it ain't working. So there you have, what was it, 4 different dogs and 4 different styles of chewing at my hand, none of which were really good. They were, well, the dogs were good, but the examples weren't. But you can see a little bit on there how the different dogs are, and how you have to just weighting them and raising, increasing that frustration a little bit, especially with this guy, increasing that frustration a little bit so that he moved. Of course, on all this stuff, I probably would not have been going so long, especially with the dog training. I have never done clicker training with with Bruno here. And things can be broken down into smaller steps. You can look for just muscle movement, eye flicks, and things like that. None of which work real well for video purposes. So, anyways, those are some different steps, different dogs. You want to remember that you don't correct. And if you notice, I never told the dog what to do. I rewarded him for doing what I liked. Until the dog knows what they're doing and has had a good record of doing that behavior, I wouldn't be correcting them for anything. So anyways, happy training, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, Bruno.